Hello. Um, as you probably can tell by the title of this video, I said I was going to go on a tirade. I really can't, because it's tiring being a fan of the Atlanta Falcons. It really is. I've been a fan for almost a decade, honestly. I've been through it all. Heck, even more than that. I was there when the Michael Vick stuff was happening. I was there. I knew about it. We drafted Barra, we've had our ups and downs with him. From his very first touchdown pass being to Roddy White, I think it was like 80, not 80, 90 some yards. Um, One of his big ones, at least. Made it to NFC Championship in 2012. I remember watching it with my dad. I remember watching the game week prior at my grandparents' house. We caught the end of it when Money Matt Bryant kicked that field goal to send us to the conference championship for the first time since 1999 when we lost to the Denver Broncos. And then it was 4 years of pain. We got rid of Mike Smith, and things were looking up. We had hope. There was a small chance that we would actually make it back, and we would actually make it to a Super Bowl. Um, 2015, we watched Peyton Manning's retirement game against Carolina, where the Broncos actually won, shockingly. Still think that game was a little bit rigged, but we won't talk about that. Go to 2016. We have one of the best records in the NFL, going, I think it was either 12-4 or 11-5, maybe 13-3. I don't remember. But we made it. We got to the first round bye. We were the number 2 seed, I think, behind the Green Bay Packers, or ahead of them. And we killed Seattle. We absolutely ended Seattle that year. I remember that was one of the best things ever. And then we went into the dome again. We destroyed Green Bay. One of the best experiences that I've ever been a part of. I remember watching that game live, and just me and my dad. My dad hadn't watched football all year because he was done with the NFL, and hearing us both kind of go nuts about this, he actually pulled out his old Atlanta jersey and actually wore it. He's not a bandwagon. He's been a fan longer than I have, but he's tired of this as well. We're getting to that. But then we get to 2016, the Super Bowl. I went to a party. Everybody who was there knows what happened. I stayed for that party for the whole first half, and we had to get home because we had school the next day. So I was like, okay, we got this. It's 28-3. There's no way. There's absolutely no way we can blow this lead. It was 21-3 at the half, I remember. We scored another touchdown because that was what we were known for if we didn't score in the second half. So I was like, okay, there's a chance. So I left. I got home. I turned it on because I was excited. And then the news came. It was 28-20. I was like, oh, oh no, don't do this. No, please. Um, they scored a touchdown. I was like, huh? Like, you don't expect this to happen every time. You really don't. But it happened. It was 28-28. We were going to OT. I was like, all right, what are we going to do now? We lost the coin toss. We didn't get a chance to possess the ball. They marched down the field and scored. Biggest comeback in history. I was crushed the next day. I was crushed, but I was not going to abandon the team. I wore my gear. I wore a sweatshirt. I wore a hat. I had a backpack that I wore too. I wore everything. I was disappointed, but we had made it. We had done all that. We were going to go back next year. I had a feeling. Um, the following year, we started out like 0-1. I think we lost to the freaking Eagles again. That was who we lost to, the Eagles. But we made it the rest of the way. We somehow snuck into the playoffs. We beat the Rams. I was excited again. It was like 20-13 or 27-13. It was a really good year. And then we played the Eagles in the divisional round, and we lost. Plain and simple. It was terrible. We had fired Kyle Shanahan, the offensive coordinator responsible for 28-3, currently coach of the 49ers, and still choking away. But, yeah, we lost to the Eagles that year with a new coordinator named Steve Sarkisian. Absolute bust of a coordinator that guy was. I think we fired him like last year at the end of the last season, but that's beside the point. We lost again. We didn't make the playoffs last year, but somehow Shanahan did. We don't talk about that guy anymore. We don't like that guy. Any conversation with him, the guy is dead. The guy is officially, if he steps back in Atlanta as a coordinator, I'm going to lose my mind. It's going to be that. No, I don't want to see it. But then we get to this season. Higher hopes, praying that we can win. My friend Dylan described this best. The first game against Seattle had to be a statement. That was going to set the tone for the whole season. We didn't win that first game. We got destroyed. We got exposed by Seattle. But, it's week to week. Anything can happen. We get to week 2. I think it was the Bears? No, it wasn't the Bears. I can't remember who it was. But it was one of those games we had a 99% chance of winning. I don't know how this happened, but we lost. 99% chance to win, and we lost. I couldn't believe it. I remember I was at work. This is the following game. I know we played the Cowboys. We were up against the Cowboys. It was like 39-36, 30 or 30. I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna win this game. I looked away. I got back to work. My phone starts buzzing. I'm like, I checked my watch. I was gonna watch, and I was like, no. And I looked at the score. I pulled up my fantasy team, which was doing good. And I saw that we had lost. What I didn't know at the time was how. The onside kick. And you know what's funny? 96. We had a 96% chance to win that game. I think it was either 96 or 99. We lost that game. Go to the next week. We're like, okay. We still got another 99% chance. We're up like 28-10 over the Bears. Mitch Trubisky, the Bears. How? There's no way we can lose. We hadn't lost to the Bears. That was the week 2 matchup that we went into after losing to the Eagles the previous year, or 2 years ago. And we made it into the playoffs. I'm like, okay, we can beat the Bears. Right? No. We lost. Another 99% chance. That's 3. That's 2 on the year that we've lost. And it's about to be a 3rd. Or 4th. I've lost track at this point. That's how over it I am. We played Minnesota. Minnesota. Praying for a win. And we won. I picked against them, and they won. Because I had hopes that we would maybe somehow squeeze one out, and we did. So I was optimistic. The very next game was against Detroit. Detroit doesn't have Marlon Mack, because Marlon Mack is out for the season. I was like, all right, maybe, just maybe. So I picked him. And in this predictions, the reason this video is up is because I said if we lose, I will go on post a video on YouTube about how I am about it. We had the lead. We actually took the lead. Our offense messed up. They should have kept running the clock out, but we scored. And our defense has been the bane of this whole tirade. That's the whole reason these teams are able to get into it. The defense gave up a touchdown, and we lost the game. 10 years of this. 8 years if you count 2012, which I didn't even get too into, when we blew a 21-0 lead, didn't score in the second half. But that's not the problem anymore. We just can't hold on to leads at all. We're able to score, but we don't score enough somehow. I know this has been going for probably way too long, and y'all are tired of looking at me in this hat, so am I gonna burn my memorabilia like any other Craze fan would? No. Am I sick of this team a little bit? Somewhat. I'm getting there. Will I still be a diehard fan? Probably not a diehard fan who will do all the craziness, but I am going to be a fan. I'm going to keep this hat. I'm going to keep all my jerseys and my shirts that I have. I'm not doing anything, but I'm getting a little sick of it. I know a lot of fans out there are as well, but they got to do something. We got to do something. We got rid of Quinn. We have a new coach. I can't think of his name. It was like the old defensive coordinator. He did good the previous week. We just need to get something going here. But yeah, that's about all I have to say. Thank you all for coming to my TED Talk. Hope y'all enjoyed. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Peace.